I know, you see, the world is gonna change for me and be so wonderful.
Hi! Hi, everybody! Hi! Hello, all my lovelies! How's it going?
It didn't. I'm gonna.
Okay. So, everybody, welcome to the first official Character Clash After Hours! Or CC After Hours for short. CCAF? CC. CC's Pizza. Any.
Once again, have not eaten today, thank you.
CCAF? CC.
Hey guys.
So-
I'm just talking to hear my own mic and hear my own voice.
I do believe that the media source should be playing something. Hold on. Why?
Please let it be the iCarly theme.
Why are you not? What is the problem?
My feet hurt and I don't really want to play the music.
Property. Know what? I got this.
Do you?
It's in the description.
Do you?
Better question is, do you remember the time?
Do you remember the 21st night of September? Love was changing the minds of pretenders.
Funny enough.
Alright, that's enough. You're gonna get copyrighted.
Alright.
It's a live stream.
But yes, literally nobody else has joined. We are talking to ghosts.
That's fine.
You know who else talks to ghosts?
Me.
My mom. Is there more I could have said? Now there are only pictures in my head. That's why my green is feeling gray. Sometimes even frogs have rainy days. Remember when
Hello,
the skate caved in?
Hold on,
Oh,
we got a
you-
comment. What are you guys
Oh,
doing?
hello there, Ink Sync Animates. Welcome in.
Why,
welcome
welcome.
in. We truly appreciate. Oh, we have 2 viewers actually right now.
Hey, that's great. Welcome in, guys. We're happy to have you.
We're happy to have you. If you have any questions, please ask. We are here to answer any and all questions you have about the show, about future episodes, and just about things in general.
If you
You
came
should
from my
definitely
Twitter, please
ask
say
about
hi.
the other. You should definitely ask about other projects. That too. Shameless plug here.
Subscribe to Patreon. Cough, cough. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Hooba
How are y'all
dooba.
doing? I'm doing fine. I can only speak for myself, though. How are y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing rather fine myself.
I'm decent, but I'm severely hungry.
I think
You know
This
what?
boy
Live
can't
mukbang.
afford a
Live
cheeseburger.
mukbang.
no live mukbang.
This boy
Live
can't
mukbang.
afford a cheeseburger.
Cheaper. Hi, oh wait, we just read that question. Yeah, no, we're doing great. We're fucking. I might be a little stupid.
This is their first time doing something like this. Take it easy on them, guys.
This is gonna be scuffed.
Alright.
But no, for those who don't know, hi, I'm Nate the narrator.
As you can see,
I get to be the one that you hear every episode go, "Let these characters clash!" So, yeah. Well, maybe not every
I'm the one
episode,
on
but
every
definitely.
episode who says things sometimes.
And then they say things all the time. I'm just kind of here.
God damn it! God damn it!
I might occasionally voice a character.
Why so serious?
Why so serious?
I don't know.
You know,
You know,
I don't do Heath Ledger. I don't do his Joker, but I do a really good Mark Hamill.
Then do it, right here.
Oh, I can't just tease it. I have to do it.
You have to do it. I'm holding you at gunpoint.
let
This
me
is a
get to
requirement now.
All right, hold on a sec. Okay.
And while you do
Hello,
that, I'm gonna
see?
transform.
Hello, Clown Prince of Crime. Anyways, go to Green Goblin. You're about to get fed. Oh. Oh. They transformed.
I'm crazy enough to take on Batman, but the IRS? No, thank you.
The IRS? Markup. Hello, everybody. My name's...
Whoa. Marky Moo. Marky Mark and the Funky
The 1,000-yard stare.
Bunch.
1,000-yard stare. I think they're talking about me.
You know...
Ah, Hooba Dooba.
Hooba fucking dooba. You know, we like pizza out here.
I Cuba.
When she hoobas on my dooba.
Oh boy. So,
It's an amazing impression. Thank you. We're all voice actors here. We all voice act.
yes, we
Thank
all
you.
voice act.
We all do our own little things.
I am. Where am I supposed to find this stuff? What
I
What
can-
am I supposed to be looking at? Because I'm so confused. I'm just in the call screen. I don't see any of the pictures or anything, or not pictures, questions.
So when
go to the
I
YouTube.
forget I said I sure do hope they don't reference an inside joke. What's an inside joke we can reference?
You know, I know this really funny joke. It kind of goes like,
Good job.
right?
I'm really proud of you.
Right? It's a
I'm
wonderful
really
joke.
proud of you. As long as the gaming chair isn't brought up, I'm gonna like scream.
Hey, my chair.
It squeaks.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
Look, Eggy Mo Beggy. My gaming chair
I know,
squeaks.
right? Absolutely.
You're the only scientist. Fix the gaming chair.
I don't want to hear it.
It's absolute cinema of a joke. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, it's not loading for me.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. It really does. What else sucks?
You.
I mean,
My
oh, there we
VR.
go.
oh, there you go.
There we go. I'm in. You know what else sucks?
What else sucks?
Don't do it, Nate. What if Freaky Sonic was Freaky Sonic and he just screamed frick at the top of it? Well, Freaky Sonic, do you
Do I bust out Freaky Sonic and 8 minutes into the stream? Is he ready? Is he done getting dolled up?
He's probably trying to be the prettiest girl at the party.
I'm gonna be the prettiest girl in the party.
That being said, there are more compassionate things. Did you know Sonic scaling is deep? Like, genuinely, you can get stuff from the guidebooks for Sonic CD to get characters to
When you
Outer
say
Versal.
okay, question. When you
Yes.
say outer versal, are you talking like actual 10D plus?
multiversal, or
Are you no. Are you talking like 10th dimensional plus, or are you talking outer versal? Or like well, I mean, like, are you talking 10D plus, which is outer versal, or are you just talking like 6th dimensional? Because that's complex multi, my friend.
the fact that we have things for this really makes me
I'm the
worry.
only one who knows of this terminology. You're talking 10D plus. Okay, so. Yep. Yeah.
Wait, no.
Okay. So yeah. Common. I've seen this a lot in some comment sections and a lot of power scaling rings.
Oh boy.
So it's a common misconception because 4D is just universal, but a lot of people will put that at low complex multi when 5D is low complex. So sixth dimensional would be complex multi, and 7 and 8 would be high complex multi, and then outer would go to 10.
Hi, welcome in, Alice. Nice
Hi,
to
Alice.
see you wave.
Welcome to the
Nice to see you there, pal.
nerdy talk. Welcome to CC After Hours. Ask us any questions. We are more than happy to answer.
Yes.
But I am aware of 60 stuff in Sonic CD. I think a lot of it, though, was mistranslations. And I didn't want to use any muddy gray area. So, I don't necessarily count. I have my own doc where I cover all of, like, the 100% thing.
It's Sonic has raced with yeah, we know.
I
but
love
also,
racing
hi,
shows.
welcome, Robo.
Hi, Robo.
Sonic has
Welcome.
string theory and super string theory in the verse, which he would transcend early on. Yeah, that is true, but at the same time, we have to go through each piece of media, and so some take powers, some give powers. That's why Val kind of has their own thing that they deal with. There's a lot of inconsistencies throughout series like this.
A little secret about writers. We are power scalers, so we do all this dimensional tiering. Writers don't care about our power scaling. They don't.
Also, I don't think we're doing Sonic in the near future. I don't think we're giving him a matchup in the near future. I don't think.
Not right now.
I mean,
there's a few spitball ideas running through the void. I know Mario is just like that's the one. I know
that's the one that everybody wants.
But I've also considered Goku mostly because I just want to do Super Saiyan 4. I fucking love Super Saiyan 4.
So you know what? I'm gonna get this ball rolling.
Oh shit! Wait, I just
everybody in chat. Bubsy versus Gex. Request it.
I swear to God.
Make it a thing.
I will not live down the fact that you got like 7 people in VC simultaneously repeating "Do Bubsy Gex." All of them chanting in my ear, "Bubsy Gex." Just.
Ooh. So nobody's clashing, but this is just a Q&A. So we have this show that we all work on, mostly Val's, where we have characters clash. They go through and they analyze to a crazy extent, and we go
I had to
for
rewatch all
the
of
most
Dragon Ball with
accurate
filler.
answers possible.
I'm just lucky enough to be here.
I hear somebody
I
watching.
contribute my voice, and that's about it.
They contribute. You contribute your voice because you use my hubbin. So.
Oh yeah, forgot.
And I contribute voice because I'm the third wheel. And I have to be a part of everything because I'm lonely.
Way to ruin the vibe.
Wow.
Awesome, man.
I can ruin the vibe.
Hey, at least you're not a spare tire.
Oh. You know, if we were tires on a motorcycle, I would be. I'd be the one that stays at home.
Why would you keep your spare tire at home?
We're not a motorcycle. Fortunately for you, we're not a motorcycle.
There's not really room for it on a motorcycle.
I am a hurricane. I can't be stopped. That's what I
In
am.
the eye of a hurricane, there is quiet.
I am the Eggman. The SpongeBob sound is crazy.
You're not Eggman. I'm the Eggman.
Oh,
Hey,
you summoned him.
Hey,
You summoned Eggy.
I sure do love driving my 2020 Chevy Silverado.
Hi,
Squidward. Actually, on the topic of SpongeBob, I know this wasn't a question asked, but I would really, really love to do Iron Abs Krabs versus Scrooge McDuck. Just saying.
Okay,
Ooh.
I want to do Mr. Krabs
Iron
versus Scrooge
Abs
McDuck
Krabs.
so much.
Iron Abs Crabs would win. I'm sorry, you do not. Scrooge McDuck
I
does not
Squidward.
compare to the greediness that Mr. Krabs has. He sold SpongeBob's soul for 79 cents.
62 You know, I did that at, like, my work reunion.
That's really funny.
So, it was like, they were just like, they needed change, and I had 62 cents in my thing.
Wow.
Mermaid Man!
versus Omni-Man.
Yeah!
Yeah, Mermaid Man versus Omni-Man, fire.
You know what? What we thinking? We thinking?
Ugh.
I don't know about that one. Is it Prime Mermaid Man? Is it Prime Mermaid Man?
Is it Prime Mermaid Man? Cause we just see Mermaid Man. Isn't Mermaid Man dead, or is that the other one?
Both are.
The Barnacle Boy.
Both.
Sector or
The VAs died, and now they're both canonically dead in SpongeBob.
Oh, so Omni-Man versus a bunch of fucking corpses. Sweet.
awesome. So cool. I'm glad we had this discussion.
He's going to defeat the evil.
Unironically, I might write that down for Character Clash Chaos. By the way,
Go ahead.
so
Any gems that drop out of my mouth, you're free to take.
aside from I know if some of you here came from the YouTube post, you know there's another YouTube post basically showing goals that we have for the Patreon, and I will say aside from like the episodes, like the 2 episodes that you would get from like patron stuff, things like Character Clash Chaos will eventually happen, just not immediately. Like they won't be as soon as that because this show costs money and it's something I'm broke.
And if you came from my Twitter, go check it out and subscribe. Pretty please.
Yes, you guys are more than welcome, and we will keep making content. And by the way, we don't just do Character Clash. We have so many other projects we're a part of.
I'm a Metal Sonic voice actress for a lot of
And I'm a
things.
Sonic voice actor.
I voice act so many things, it's unbelievable.
I want
I
to
know.
do more, but everybody keeps hiring me as Sonic.
Then maybe go out and audition for other things that aren't Sonic.
I have! I saw that, but I'm on my broke boy phase for another week.
That is completely valid. Like I said, things like
We
Character Clash.
understand. We're more than happy to have
understand.
you.
That's why I brought
I
up
don't need
that
to pay
for
for
things
this.
like Character Clash Chaos, which will be a show that we do later on, where viewers will be able to well it would be the more Character Clash Chaos would be the non-research show where we're just doing fights for fun. Like this would be like the short lower budget series in between episodes.
Where it's more flashy than calculated and.
I've voiced-
Oh, wait, were you good? No.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to talent scope in the middle of this. Alice, were you good for Boom Amy?
Oh, we need an Amy.
We
were
do.
looking
We
for an
do.
Amy.
We do.
I'm looking for multiple Amy's.
Hey, funny how that works out.
Literally, I just, due to previous situations of which do not bother bringing up in this project, I lost Amy voice actor.
I'm not sure if you already answered
I need
this,
a new one.
but what is an episode you are most excited to release? Ooh, this is a good
Ooh.
one.
This is a good
There's quite a
one.
few episodes in the season list that, for me, are extreme passion projects. Like
Oh.
the first episode was a passion project. Episode 2 is a passion project. I think, honestly though, the episode I'm most excited to do is episode 7, because it ties into a bunch of things. Our co-host over here, Genesis, my husband, really likes the character. It was a suggestion by my dad, and I'm a huge fan of both the characters being covered. So they're gonna get the special treatment. I'm super excited. Episode 7 will be like one that I really, really am looking forward to do.
So, my favorite one that
I
I'm
don't-
really excited for.
Mm.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. You go, and then I'll go.
Okay, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say it personally, but I will play a little clip that I have graciously recorded.
Please be the mean one.
The god of this land, and you are your mother hunger.
And that was the clip that I'm excited for. That was for that episode. I have recorded it already. All my lines are done. Yeah.
The Halloween episode's gonna be really fun to cover. We can do a lot of stuff with that.
And I haven't actually seen the season list. You've never shared it with me.
I like to keep everyone surprised.
Yeah. So I can't really answer this one, but there is one that we have talked about quite a lot. In fact, me and Val have talked extensively about it. And it's for a very niche character and a not so niche character. And I absolutely really love it. I'm not gonna say it because of the simple fact that I don't know if it's even on the season list.
It's not, so you can, but I think I
Okay.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's Lupin the Third versus Sly Cooper.
I really want to do Lupin Sly. I'm a really big Sly Cooper fan, and I know our resident Nate, the narrator over here, is a big
yoo-hoo.
Lupin fan. So it's
I am a giant Lupin fan. I actually have I've done cosplay. I have my green jacket actually behind me, and then my red jacket's in the living room.
so.
Are you,
I
are you
gotta
the
get
jonkler?
and-
Are you the jibbler?
you the junk.
No.
Why so serious, Nate?
Yes.
Like, dude, that's so uncool.
Why so serious?
Yeah, we got people who love
Ooh,
Sly
some
Lupin.
Sly versus Lupin. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Love the love.
I love that.
Well,
Yeah.
I know you do.
Sly.
Okay, see, we're getting a lot of love for this. This should be in the season list.
The season list was already written
Missed
out.
potential.
But
Mama.
no, I have a lot of love for Sly Cooper. I played through all the games again recently, and I remember having some Sly games when I was a kid. And
I've never played Sly.
oh, they're really fun.
I've
They're
never
like
played Sly.
it's really fun. I really want to cover Sly. Lupin is a series I've been meaning to get into, and actually, let me talk a little bit about how I do my research. So I like section a week for myself to research a character. So I will go through extensively an entire entire animes, entire movies. I go through manga, books, like comics.
Video games.
I will go through physically everything that is listed as canon or canon adjacent.
Why is 2017X and Pope Francis trending on Twitter?
There's
I didn't draw
casually
this.
there's casually what deadass looks like a trans flag in Thieves in Time, so Sly's clearly peak fiction. Yes,
You know what? No, Sly is not. Do you know why?
Why is Sly not peak fiction?
because Lupin exists, and Lupin has been going for I don't know how long, and it is the gayest fucking anime ever.
This is gonna be the most heavily centric episode I see.
Uh-huh.
Real good day for us, but
Do you even have to ask?
yeah.
I do.
But no, we have tons of episodes that we're really looking forward to doing. And I don't know the list personally, but I know.
I can't
Ooh, what's the?
think of
I can't
matchup-
think of any matchups I like that aren't stomps. In some case, one I recently thought of was Sonic Games Plus IDW Comics versus Lloyd Comic.
I will say there is a Lloyd opponent I have in mind if we could ever afford 3D animation. And so question, who here has watched Bionicle? Just raise your hands.
Oh,
I don't even know.
oh, I found that show boring when I was little.
I fucking love Bionicle. I had so many Bionicles. I still have some of those Bionicles.
No, I thought no.
Roadhog
Okay,
Sprint.
so here's the thing. I thought the Lego sets were cool, and I enjoyed the books, but the show was just so boring.
You take that back.
No. I sat there and I was waiting for it to be over so I could watch Ben 10 or Scooby Doo.
But I'm gonna mispronounce this because it's been a while since I watched Bionicle. But Lloyd versus Takanova is like genuinely like the one I want to do for Lloyd. I do want to say that. Okay, what about Lego Mixels? I bet
Lego Mixel. That's the
Oh!
blast from the past.
I know
Wow.
the Mixel shorts. That's
Oh my
oh that unlocks a
I
key
remember
memory.
those were the funniest things I'd ever watched when I was little.
I had like the little Legos. I had one of them that was pretty cool.
I had like a big thing of Legos, and I used to make Lego mechs, and Mixels came with a lot
I
of
had Legos.
parts that like were really good for mechs, specifically just mechs. Like Mixels introduced a lot of pieces that were kind of unheard of outside of Bionicle, and it was nice.
Yeah.
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 Ever thought of any Pokemon matchups minus Ash Yugi? Yes, I have actually. We're going. I don't know if anybody here has actually watched like when we were announcing the show, like not the channel trailer itself for the show, like being like, "Hey guys, this is what we do." But in the trailer, we do actually have a Mewtwo episode planned this season. And I want to cover other Pokemon too. Like I do want to cover Gengar at some point, and I want to cover like just Pokemon that aren't from Gen 1. I don't know what non-Gen 1 matchup I would do, but I do want to cover them. And as for trainers, I'm not too 100% on knowing what matchups I want to do for trainers, mostly because me personally, it's a little bit harder for me to write trainer like trainers versus like non-trainer fights. Or like non-summonable creature, like you know what I mean, right? Or do you two know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so basically like if the other opponent's not able to summon monsters, I have a hard time writing that, so I wouldn't know 100% what to do with trainer matchups, but there's Giratina versus Taboo and Arceus versus Beerus.
I just remember.
I would
have
want to
shrimp
do
in the oven.
I would want to do a Beerus episode. Beerus is like a very fun character to cover. Wees, I'm tweaking.
I do.
What?
Something that I
don't
didn't want to see
tweet.
is Ash versus Yugi, because how is that gonna happen? They're two 12-year-olds. I don't want to see two 12-year-olds fight. They're monsters.
I love Ash versus Yuki. 90% of the debate is Pikachu use Thunderbolt Mirror Force.
Okay, but also you got to remember, aren't the cards like just holograms in the show? I
No.
didn't watch the show very much.
So later on, especially when it comes to the end of like Yugi's time on screen, they are real monsters by the end of it. Like they are summoning legitimate creatures.
How?
Shadow games, bitch. Knuckles Piccolo.
Knuckles versus Piccolo.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
Don't mess with the Grill Master. Why would I want to mess with the Grill Master? I need to have the
Go on! Don't mess with the grill. Question for Val. Will you hire a certain someone as your proofreader? Joking. Also, do
Trixie versus Simo.
I will get to Trixie Cherno when I get to it, Ethan! Also, hi.
I gotta
Welcome.
I gotta go take my shrimp out of the oven.
When's the Big the Cat episode? Never. No.
Froggy, where are you? I'm gonna kick
No!
your ass.
No!
Does Big have anything?
He can hit you with his fishing pole. That's it. His only game that he has things going for him is Sonic Adventure.
What about Heroes?
That's it.
He's in Heroes. Yeah, I forgot about that one, didn't you?
No, I was purposely not acknowledging it.
I think it would be fun, especially because it gives me a chance to cover more of like the side games of both. But I think doing Big versus Waluigi would be fun.
Noting that they're both criminally underused, yeah, that could be fun. But I hate to say it, but Waluigi would probably fucking wreck him. Big the Cat versus Garfield.
Aside from Palutena, I have not seen a Rosalina matchup I truly vibe with. Like, Rosalina is such an important character to me, and I've barely seen, like, anything that I truly enjoy for Rosa.
Rosalina versus Luma.
Your kid's acting a little too out of line.
So,
Oh, I'm gonna butcher the fuck out of that. I don't know how to say that.
only
Afro Samurai. I like Afro Samurai.
Kokoshibo from DS versus Afro Samurai.
Does DS stand for Demon Slayer?
I guess so. Big gets slapped and Froggy jumps in to one-shot Waluigi.
Yes! Froggy. Hold on. Big. My favorite fun fact about Big the Cat, right, is that his voice actor in Adventure, right? Did you know they also voiced Duke Nukem? Keep in mind, now every time in Adventure, when you hear Froggy, you also have to hear, I'm gonna kick your ass. Terminator style. Dun, 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 dun.
Rosalina does have Princess Celestia from MLP.
I do like that one, but I know there's another Celestia matchup, especially that one of our editors really likes.
Turn to your husband. Look at him.
I see my husband.
That's a face only a mother could love. How do you love that face?
I love that face. It's my face. There are many like him, but this one is mine.
That was sweet, and now I feel bad.
There are many like him, but this
Sorry,
one is mine.
I've been in a very dark place recently.
I can't blame you. That is completely understandable. Legendary birds from Pokemon versus King Ghidorah? Hold on. I'm trying to think.
How many people are watching now?
There are 9 people.
9.
watching.
Okay. All right. All 9 of us band together. We
7
need
now.
Bubsy versus Gex.
Do not tell them to start spamming Bubsy Gex in this comment
Bubsy
section.
Gex.
I will strangle
Bubsy
you,
Gex.
Nate.
Bubsy Gex.
But he'll fight with. Where's the Big the cat? He'll fight whatever he gets his hands on. Big versus Garfield. Do I really want to cover Garfield? So after Shadow Generations, any matchup ideas for Mephiles? Actually, this is funny, because this ties back into the Rosalina question. Because this ties directly back into the Rosalina thing, because the only Mephiles matchup I like is a contrast matchup against Rosalina. But I think Mephiles has a few options. I also really like Mephiles versus Sephiroth. Mephiles Sephiroth would probably be the more likely of the two, by the way. But Tatsumaki versus Mewtwo. I'm not really feeling this one. I'm sorry to say. I would like to cover Tatsumaki someday, though. Who will she fight? I don't know, because Death Battle has done Mob.
He's psycho.
100. Alice. What is that? What? Okay, question for you, Alice. What is that emote? What is that from?
Bubsy Gex. Bubsy Gex.
Oh my god, I could slap you!
No, you couldn't. You're a little too slow.
God damn it!
If it makes you feel better, I was never really here.
What about Omega Zero from Mega Man? That sounds neat. I kind of like that, actually.
It's from the YouTube emotes.
Nah, you lying. Hold on. Holy
Now-
crap, it's
now-
real!
now we're gonna both look for it.
It's
right?
real! What? It's real! It's real! Any Devil May Cry matchups? Actually, I think both characters have actually gotten enough media for both to where we could make this our own and make it different. I really want to do, I really want to do Dante versus Bayonetta at some point. I think that genuinely it was the best matchup for both, and both have, like, Bayonetta's had an entire new game, and Devil May Cry has had an entire new game and a new anime series coming out. Like, I think that there is now enough new material for both to 100% work as its own standalone thing. Also, not a specific MU, but to be honest, something Hatsune Miku power scaling is one of the stupidest things. With what you can argue, and I love it. I also love Hatsune Miku. I have yet to pitch this idea to Genesis yet, and Nate. This will be the first time Nate's hearing about this, but I really want to do Miku versus Barbie.
Ooh. That's really interesting because Barbie has so many different things that she's known for. She's been an astronaut, a fast food worker. If I list this list, we could go on forever and ever and ever.
Q rolling Limp Biscuit, yeah, rolling. Sorry, but yeah, no, to continue.
And then Miku is just. I'm sorry, Miku is Miku, and there's no. You can't.
You are underestimating what Miku has. I have like 6.
No. Hold on. Let me finish. You can't put a price on that beautiful face.
You are right.
See? You should have just let me finish.
I am sorry.
That's what I thought.
But no, I know they're watching this, presumably in the bathroom, wherever they are. I don't know, Miku has used a gun, so Barbie's gonna... Well, do I have an image for you? I'm not joking. There's a few select times Barbie has used a gun.
And on top of that, Barbie has been shown to be in the in the United States.
I refuse to believe if we are covering an American character, they don't have a gun. Like, if the character's canonically from America, I will bet legitimate $10 that they probably have a gun. I'm eating. Oh, they're eating shrimp. It's as shrimple as that. Actually, to continue the conversations moving forward, Fantastic Four. So there's a matchup later this season where I know somebody's gonna bring up that why didn't you do The Thing from Marvel Comics, and I want to mention that because I feel like it's wrong, me personally, to cover the Fantastic Four not as a team. I want to cover the Fantastic Four as a team, as a unit, together.
That makes sense. Who would you pair them against? Teen Titans or something?
Maybe
Because you could add Spider-Man to the Fantastic Four because he has joined them before, and make it a 5v5.
So my brain suddenly thought of Metal Sonic versus Sin from Murder Drones, but I know you all just did a metal episode against Cell. I do want to cover
You're hitting right up her alley because Metal Sonic is your favorite.
Metal Sonic is indeed one of my favorite Sonic characters of all time, and Murder Drones is something I recently got into, but I'm extremely obsessed with at the moment. Like, Uzi Dorman is kind of like my entire personality right now. Shadow vs. Sin is... I really like Shadow vs. Sin as a sort of good versus evil matchup. You know, that does sound neat. Sin has a lot of neat ideas. I don't think they'll be fighting a Sonic character anytime soon, especially because, little spoiler for you all, there is going to be a Shadow episode later this season, and it will not be Mewtwo. So...
Yeah. Not here.
Do not, Sin is a cover. I think out of the Murder Drones characters, N or Sin will be the characters I cover, or be the characters I want to cover first, even though I love Uzi. Fantastic Four versus Soundwave. Actually,
from the IDW Transformers, though. Is IDW Transformer comic run canon to...
So here's an interesting thing about IDW. IDW references a lot of moments and things that happen in G1. Like, things that specifically happen in the original G1 continuity. So when I do eventually cover a Transformers episode, I'll probably cover both G1 and just, like, I'll just encompass G1 in general. Like, if it is a part of Generation 1, because obviously you have things like the animes, which are different, like, have a completely different design and different everything. There are different, and I know for Transformers, things like, I want, like, things like the Bayverse, where they're completely different characters from how they're portrayed in G1. So...
But guys, I was stuck as a marketable plushie this entire time.
Uh-oh.
He's back. Do you know what I can do? Val, you know what I can do?
What can you do?
Eggman, my gaming chair.
What do you want? No, I'm not doing
It's
this. I
sweet.
refuse to do it on the live stream.
My,
I
my
refuse
gaming
to do it on
chair.
the live stream. I'm
It's
not doing it.
sweet.
I don't
Same
care.
would fuck up Shadow, but
But I'm looking for someone to fix my gaming
I'd
chair.
have to do more research on murder drones. I think from what the research from excuse me. From research I've gathered so far, I don't think that might be the case. From what I've seen and what I've gathered from murder drone scaling, is that the murder drones characters themselves relatively cap at planet level and MFTL, which is it's not weak. Let me say that. I know there's a lot of things that are like there's a lot of common things in fiction that make that would be like that, but where I would scale super forms currently and where I would just scale the base characters is like well beyond planet. Like I have base Sonic, base Shadow, everybody at Solar System, and I have their super forms at Multiversal to low complex. Sin has universal arguments too. I did not know that. When I watch
Sin had a gun.
I like fantastic. Actually,
I got about 10 minutes and then I gotta go.
okay, that's.
Where are you going, Nathaniel?
Well, me and a friend have some things we gotta do for my goddaughter's birthday, so.
Oh, that's completely fair. It's nice
you weren't
having you here.
invited, and-
Yeah, no, she's turning the big one.
Oh, nice.
So a
you
lot
weren't
of
invited.
planning.
That is the biggest crime.
You enjoy
Wow.
you enjoy your time with a milestone with such a big milestone in their
I
life.
will. I absolutely will. She is driving me crazy.
Don't most kids?
No, she's at a point where she likes to crawl, and so she'll crawl around and get into anything that she can.
Just like me.
By the
Just
way,
like me, for
somebody
real.
said in the comments, Nate, Alice said, "Aw, that's sweet. Congrats."
Thank you. Even though I had none of the fun to make the baby, I get all the fun of raising it.
It can't be
It's
that
the
bad.
best.
Oh, we're on YouTube. We can't say that kind of stuff.
Oh, we can, and we did.
Oh.
Also, I did. By the way, I feel like I forgot to mention this. Oh, my 7-month-old is
No,
literally
they will.
crawling on my back. Yeah, children seem to
They
tend to do
will.
that.
Thank you, Doodle, for Twitter. That is, I was officially made the godfather of Q Doodle's 7-month-old or child. So
Oh,
You were
there was a
the
drawing.
godfather.
It was official. Well, maybe Freaky Sonic. Okay, maybe it was Freaky Sonic, the drawing, because it wasn't me particularly, but it was sent to me. It was a picture of 2017, so maybe it was directed towards Freaky Sonic. Okay. Thank
also,
you,
to really
Alex.
quickly bring this up, because there was a question that was asked that did get buried in a lot of comments, and from Zoomy, Zoomni, did I pronounce that right? Bugs Bunny versus SpongeBob ?
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
So I will say with SpongeBob and Bugs Bunny, Bugs 100% when we get the budget and if Disney doesn't strike us fucking down, I want to do Mickey Mouse Bugs. I've had so many ideas. I want to do that. I want to, like, when we have like a lot of our show right now is just really limited to our budget, which is fine. I like to work with what I have, but like when I can afford hand-drawn animation, that is an episode that I 100% really want to do. And as for SpongeBob, there's a SpongeBob idea that I've seen pop around a few times, and I think would be fun, and it's SpongeBob versus Popeye.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Dude. Bugs with...
I eats me spinach.
But not a matchup question,
public
but...
domain versions of the characters. We can use the public domain versions of the characters.
That's right, they do both have public domain versions. But not a matchup question, but what did you think of Kratos versus Asura, about the Kratos versus Asura fight death battle did? Okay, so when I first watched it, like, I legitimately thought it was, like, pretty peak. I thought it was really cool. Genesis was there, he's seen it too. But the more I watch it, the more I start to dislike the episode. And it's nothing against Death Battle. Obviously, all of us here are fans of the show, or at least fans in some sort of way. We enjoy the show, even if we disagree with it at some points.
I am not.
Well,
Don't speak
I
for me.
enjoy it. I speak for myself then.
How do
I
you plan
used
on
to
being
at some
different?
point,
Even
but
if I disagree with the majority of episodes, even then, I think that they're entertaining, and and I enjoy that. And when it came to Kratos Asura, when I first watched it, I thought it was really cool. But the more I watch it, the more I start to dislike the episode. Because when you watch it, because, like, on the second view, and it's not like, it was like on the second viewing, I noticed, like, really bad animation problems with the fight. And I think the analysis portions, they give they rushed through Kratos, and, like, Asura brings up a lot of stuff, but then gives no context to it. So it's an awkward episode. I don't think it's bad. I definitely think there are worse episodes. I personally don't enjoy it.
we can't deny Bowser versus Eggman was peak last year, though.
Yes,
I never watched it.
I loved it.
What?
Nate, you were in call.
I did
No, he
not
wasn't.
watch it.
Oh. Well then, weird question, but do you plan on doing things that are different from other Versus shows? Yes. I want to do, so there are things that, like, obviously these streams, I want to be more engaged, more active with my community, and also, when it comes to, like, show things in general, that's, the intro skit bits, like, where we, like, that little intro bit from the first episode, will be more consistent. It will be something that we want, that it's going to be a recurring thing for every episode. And there are also, like, smaller things that I might want to do later on, depending on how I feel if I write them down. But I do also want to do, like, just, like, little things aside from Versus content, like, maybe, like, little script stuff, like, small videos that are just, like, in the daily lives of, like, obviously, like, of just our characters. Obviously our characters are, like, ourselves, like, they're self-inserts, but I'm, like, you know what I mean, right? Right, honey?
Yeah, I do. On What's a Match to do after Samus versus Master Chief? We do. We have the whole season planned out.
We do.
Yes,
So,
they do.
I will say, After Samus vs. Master Chief is a confirmed episode. It's in the intro of the show. It was in the first. It's like the first thing we see when, or not the first thing we see. It is an episode. Okay, it is an episode we have confirmed. It is an episode that we are doing, and it is the Mortal Kombat episode of the season. Episode 3 will be Reptile Riptor, which is something that
You're confirming things before they're announced.
It was already confirmed! It was like one of the first matchups to be confirmed. I'm just now confirming when it happens.
Shameless plug, wink wink, nudge nudge, subscribe to the Patreon. We need to eat.
Manga Goku versus Archie Sonic.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I do put Dragon Ball and I do put Sonic very similarly in terms of scaling. But when it comes to like the top, like Heroes versus Archie, I just think Archie's stronger, like much stronger.
Nate, if we ever did manga Goku versus Archie Sonic, would you be able to do manga Goku and then let me be Sonic, pretty please, with the cherry on
You know
top?
what? Val, if we do manga Goku, can I do the voice for abridged Goku for that version? And then let Genesis be Sonic?
Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and
It's
Jake.
funny, because, like, literally not too long ago, I was just talking about this. Because somebody asked what would I do for Mordecai and Rigby, and I just responded simply, Finn and Jake. Like, I want to do
Sorry
this.
for blowing up your question, Nate, by the way.
I apologize, too. But, I think...
Answer the question.
Homer Simpson...
That one's overdone. Honestly,
Yeah, that's
Homer
also been
versus
done by
Peter.
the creator.
I do... Okay.
That's also been done by the creator.
Me, personally, I do want to do it, but I want to bring in video games, Treehouse of Horror, and all of that. I want to bring in, like, everything for both. Make it a full composite.
Well, wasn't Treehouse of Horror always proven to be something that was like, oh, it was a dream?
Yeah,
That's
Treehouse
why I
of Horrors
said
aren't
that's
canon edition.
yeah. That's why I said if we were to do I want to do Homer Peter, but I want to bring in everything. I want to make it a full composite. Bring in Treehouse of Horror, video games, everything. Everything that would be considered non-canon to both Family Guy and Simpsons.
Match up with Venom.
Alright, well,
What's your
that
plan
is
for
that
the-
is unfortunately my time.
It's nice to have you here, Nate.
All right, we got
I
we got an
appreciate
old
you
Yeller-
joining us.
We got our old Yeller name.
I shall. What? No.
I appreciate
Unfortunately,
you.
how it is.
I
If y'all
appreciate
are
having you.
going by the time I get back, I will join back. But I got a party supply place I gotta get to in an hour,
Remember
so
to
I'll
stay
catch
fast.
y'all on the flip flop.
Yeah, let me just tie you to the tree and look at the pretty flowers, okay?
What's your plan for the matchup with Venom? Okay, so Venom. So I will say, for when I was I will say this was an episode that I really want to do. The Venom matchup, although I won't say much about it, is an episode that I am that like I love Venom as a character and I love the character he's fighting. And I think the matchup is just really cool, and I have very fun plans with Venom.
Hey Venom, you know Candace?
I think I know what you're asking, though, and yes, we will include, King in Black in the Venom episode.
New chair.
Does it squeak, hun?
It does squeak, but that's not the problem I'm having with it. I can live with it squeaking. I can't live with it deteriorating.
Jumbo Josh. No. I will not fall under this loop again. No, leave me alone.
I'm not listening to the...
In your opinion, who would Rick Sanchez be put up against? You know, I've asked myself that a few times. I know what I want to do with Morty. I know for a fact what I want to do with Morty, but as for Rick himself, I genuinely don't know. Because the only matchup I would want to do would be the Doctor, but the problem is Death Battle has done the Doctor. So
with the release of the third Sonic movie, any ideas for movie Sonic?
DC Extended Universe Shazam. Specifically like the 2 live-action movies for Shazam.
No.
I like the themes for both.
It's your fault.
I think it would be very fun to cover. It has a pretty awesome track, or fan-made track. It's pretty fun, all things considered. I know the more popular option would be Detective Pikachu, but... I have mixed feelings about Detective Pikachu versus movie Sonic.
I think movie Mario versus movie Sonic would be cool.
That one would also be fun, but it's just another form of Mario versus Sonic.
It is, but also it's different feats. And something that is really cool to me, which I was thinking about, is the superstar, though it's limited, you're completely immune. You're completely immune to all attacks. Unlike Sonic's super form in the movie, where he's knocked out of. So that could be a cool concept.
Why? Because it's a stomp. I want to do movie Sonic DCEU Shazam because it follows like the theming of kids being put in a position to where they have to grow up, learn responsibility, and become superheroes. But it also allows me to use Supersonic in a way that would actually benefit from this being a DC character, because you can have all the flying stuff, all of the big cinematic explosion stuff, and it would make sense.
Also expensive.
I feel like movie Sonic would just fry Detective Pikachu in one hit. Yes, yes, he would.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds doesn't stand a chance against Sonic the Hedgehog.
Agreed. Since the ones I've seen from the fan and DB Wiki is just the CW and DCU EU versions of the Flash. Yeah. Wow, we really can't escape Sonic Flash, can't we?
Nope.
The universe is giving me a clear sign, and I don't want to follow it.
If it was up to me, we'd have all of the matchups this season would be Sonic characters, but it is not up to me. And yeah.
That is true.
But yeah, it is sad. It is very sad. I know everything there is to know about Sonic the Hedgehog as that in a series. I literally ask me a question, I have the answer. It's sad.
Which Ryan Reynolds? The pet? The bad
All of
one?
them.
The furry?
All
or
of
the
them.
horny
That's
one?
answer.
You said all
All
of
of
them?
them.
All the Ryan.
Specifically the one from what's the name of the movie? Where he's the video game character named Blue Shirt Guy.
I actually do. I actually, dear, I do have a Free Guy episode I want to do, and it's Free Guy versus Tari from Metarunner.
Oh.
I liked Metarunner. Metarunner is a good show that Glitch barely acknowledges anymore, and Free Guy was like a really fun movie when I watched it. I loved Free Guy as a movie. Fleetway Sonic versus Reverse Flash, in your opinion? Reverse Flash is a character I do want to cover, but when it comes to Fleetway Sonic, there is an idea I have in mind, and it is a Toho character. And before anybody says anything like, "Oh, it's a bad match," I like Toho. I'm a fan of Toho. I would want to cover Toho. I could never run a Versus show because of all the episodes. It would just be my hyperfixations, and that's it. No, legitimately. That is that is something that I... Hold on. Free Guy versus Tari sounds kind of fire. It is. It's... There is so much you can do with it, and I would just... Oh... If we can do 3D animation, hun, oh, there's so much I can do with it.
I'm really trying to learn 3D animation, but I'm not very good at it.
So, given the manga has just ended, any MHA matchups, so MHA is a series that it's really hard to cover for me, because there's not a lot of matchups that I like from MHA. I know there's quite a bit of matchups, though, and there's quite a bit that people would want to see. For me, though, I think doing... I think when it comes to me, personally, and My Hero Academia matchups, I think the only one I'd probably cover is Miles Deku. Like, that's really about it.
Yes, Fleetway Sonic versus Flundery.
Flundery? No.
So when you talk about Fleetway Sonic, I always think of the comic Fleetway itself because you have to. Are you specifying Super Sonic Fleetway? Like, is that who you're referencing, or are you saying the comic version of Sonic Fleetway?
Well, if we cover Fleetway, we would cover his base form and like just Sonic the comic in general, aside from just only his super form. But are there any plans for joke episodes of sorts? Kind of a random question, but those are always some of my favorite episodes in Versus shows.
I feel like the entirety of the Halloween episode is kind of a joke.
We have an April Fool's episode planned. Oh shit! Quick, get the nose scratcher.
I'm gonna get the nose itchify amplifier. My
Do not amplify their itch. Get the nose scratcher.
Put that back.
But yes, and I do want to say I am looking for YouTube poop artists specifically for the April Fool's episode. So.
Oh, never mind. I remember what the April Fool's episode was. It took me a second to process.
Yeah.
I remember what it is. I remember.
Yeah. We've talked about what the intro skit would be too.
I fear I've said too much.
All right, hear me out. Bomberman versus Bakugo. Poor Bakugo. He's about to get fucking demolished. I love Bomberman scaling, by the way. It's fucking stupid. Also, really quickly to go back, the Fleetway Sonic matchup would be Fleetway versus Kason. But there we go. I just realized the music had stopped, and now we're sitting in complete silence. Hold on, let me hit that hard loop.
At least it isn't Squidward versus Bakugo.
That is true. It is a pretty unfunny matchup. Actually, speaking of SpongeBob, speaking SpongeBob characters, I do want to do Patrick Goofy.
That's an easy W for Patrick. I'm sorry. Patrick scales a little bit higher than Goofy.
Sora! Genesis, I don't know if you've heard, but another YouTuber called Josh Scorer is doing Blaze versus Starfire. Thoughts on what's been shown publicly so far? Genesis, starting off with the big question, have you seen anything from this community at all?
Funny thing, actually. Back in the day, not even back in the day, I want to say like 5-ish years ago, there was a channel I used to follow who did a lot of sprite animations, which would put characters together and fight, like Steven Universe versus Sans Undertale. That's one of the ones that really stuck out to me. But, yes, I have. I don't know who this Josh Scorcher is, unfortunately. I will look at it, and Blaze versus Starfire sounds genuinely awesome.
Yeah, I have seen everything publicly that has been publicly shown so far, and I am pretty excited for that project as well. I'm definitely tuning in.
Also, Blaze would win, in my opinion. She rivals the speed of Sonic. Also, it's just pyrokinesis. So, if Starfire shoots a fire beam...
Dear, I love you. DC Herald.
I don't even know what that is.
It's just a term that we use. It's just a term where we generalize all of, like, the stupidly strong DC characters. So, like,
depending on what kind of version of... Ethan versus Eggman.
That one... What are you feeling on that one? How are you feeling? You're the resident Egg fan.
I am the Egg fan and Eggman. Resident Eggman, Egg fan. I don't know. I think it's a pretty cool matchup. I think Eggman would win.
I'm gonna fucking... What is this?
What is this?
Who the fuck are you? Cooler suit.
Wait,
DC
wait.
scaling, my favorite. Yeah, no, DC scaling is so stupid. What are your thoughts on God of High School? If you've read it, I have not read God of High School. I've heard of it.
Versus Rivet from Magic. Yeah, Rivet's kind of fucked. Rivet's done.
There is. I know there's a Mario character I want Blaze to fight, and it's been a matchup. The silence after Mouse and DC Hero or something. Anyway, so there is a Mario character I want to put Blaze against. It's not Daisy, and it is a matchup that I personally really enjoy, and it is Blaze versus Geno from Super Mario RPG.
I was never book smart, I'm money smart, makes me more intelligent.
As for Mega Man!
Sorry again.
I do know the remix, though. Oh, I heard Patrick Luffy and I got very confused. No, not Luffy One Piece. We do gotta cover
like
One Piece
Luffy.
at some point.
I mean, I got up to, like, time skip, and then I stopped watching.
I'm completely caught up with One Piece. It took me... What's a kind of series you would only allow one character to be used for your series? FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's going to be Springtrap.
Who would be a good matchup for Springtrap? I think Jason.
Chucky.
Chucky? Oh, that's ironic. That's very ironic.
Yeah. Blaze versus Geno. I love it. Yeah, it's really fun. I really want to do it. Geno's a cool...
Inactive.
The inactive kind of style. Active just for the... Freddy Fazbear versus actual...
Freddy Fazbear versus
Grizzly
actual
Bear.
Grizzly Bear. Okay, so I'm gonna reenact what would happen if Freddy Fazbear and an actual Grizzly Bear fought. It will go as follows.
Let me guess. No,
And then the Grizzly Bear dies, and then Freddy
Grizzly
Fazbear
Bear
wins.
but let me guess. Springtrap. No. Oh no. No. Rizzy, you don't have to worry anymore. We'll never touch Danganronpa. Oh, do you want to?
Conker's bad for a day.
I have some things I want to do for Conquer, but I like Junko. No offense, it's just Danganronpa is a series that makes me pretty uncomfortable, especially later on. But as for Springtrap matchups, he'd likely be fighting Chucky or Bendy, one of the two.
Bendy's unfair, so I'd have to say Chucky.
There's actually a lot, unironically, that Springtrap has to cover. It's funny because you wouldn't think that, but he has a lot.
I really don't feel like tackling FNAF lore for this series.
You're not the one who does the writing, so you'll be fine.
Well, I'm supposed to help. I can help. Like, if we need Sonic scaling, I know everything about Sonic. Literally everything down to a T.
Y'all's thoughts on Shadow versus Virgil? I do actually think that Devil May Cry versus Sonic fights would be hella eye candy. Shadow Virgil does sound nice, and it would be a nice matchup to do if we bring Virgil onto the show. But obviously, not this season, not yet. I just realized.
MK Monkey Kid from Lego Monkey Kid versus Lloyd from Ninjago. Now, I have never watched Monkey Kid. I know I should, and
That
it
one
looks nice.
does
I
sound
like
that one does sound kind of fun. That one sounds like something that would be right up my alley to cover. But
as an avid Lego Ninjago fan, I do like.
you're a
I
Lego
do like the
Ninjago
idea.
fan?
I have watched the entire series and all the movies.
I've watched all of Bionicle. Why isn't Takanova versus Lloyd on the list? Oh, that's right, because we don't have 3D
Don't know.
animation. Wait a minute.
That's probably why.
Wait a minute. That would be a very big hindrance to doing that.
Pepino
Pepino
versus Anton. That sounds like a lot of screaming.
I love that. I want to do that. Watch Monkey Kid its peak.
There's so many things I have to watch. After I started like communicating with my fan base, it's funny. They've given me so many things to watch. I have like a list now that I have to go through.
Checking it twice. Gonna find out if it's good or not. General Kai Kung Fu Panda 3 versus Juggernaut. There is a Juggernaut matchup. I think that that I've brought up to Genesis a few times, and I think we've discussed a few times, and it's Archie Knuckles versus Juggernaut. Specifically, Archie Knuckles from the Archie comics versus Juggernaut. The two red unstoppable forces powered by big gems.
Yeah.
I like it. I like Juggernaut as a character. I think Juggernaut's really cool. Obviously, me and Genesis are like massive Sonic fans. We fucking love Sonic.
And also, that is like the main thing we voice act is Sonic stuff, so...
Monkey Kid is actually unironically peak. I won't lie, out of all things, I did not expect to see a Lego anime. Yeah.
That's the only reason why I haven't watched it, is because the fact that it is a Lego anime is why I haven't watched it.
It's genuinely enjoyable. I enjoyed the few episodes I did see from Monkey Kid. I haven't finished it. I need to finish the series. I know that. Or at least catch up. I don't know if Monkey Kid is still ongoing or if it's like completely done, but...
You know what I need to finish? I need to finish Full House. I haven't finished that.
Any Danganronpa matchups? I don't have any Danganronpa matchups that I personally
I'm gonna kill you!
As I've said before, there is a few, like, a very select, like, maybe one character I want to cover, but they don't have any matchups I like, and, Danganronpa as a series is not something I personally enjoy all too much. Sun Wukong in Monkey Kid is voiced by Goku. Yes, they are indeed voiced by Sean Schemmel. It isn't over yet! Big Floppa says, love these nuts. But Springtrap versus Bedman from Guilty Gear. Funny bed. No, if I do I do want to cover Guilty Gear. At some point, Guilty Gear is a series I want to cover. I want to do specifically at some point in this show's lifespan, I want to do Amy versus Elfelt. Elfelt is my main Sonic fan. You guys can see the pictures. Opinions on Zamasu versus Gore the God Butcher. I fucks with it.
Silver versus...
Silver
versus Future Trunks, I believe Silver would win only for the fact that Trunks doesn't have telekinesis.
It actually depends. As for Silver Trunks,
actually,
I think...
You know what? You're right. It does. It does depend.
It
really does. That's a good idea, though.
I feel like it's been, like this is, like, the actual it's been done to death. Every show I've seen that has an animation, like, has an animated fight segment, has done Silver versus Trunks. Silver versus Trunks is as inevitable as Goku appearing on a show. It's just bound to happen.
We should do something with Oni.
I want to do Ao Oni? Like that one?
Yeah, Ao Oni.
I want to do Oni Slender Man.
Ooh, that sounds good. Wasn't there an Ao Oni movie?
Silver and Future Trunks is a good one. It is. I'm not denying that it's a really good matchup, though. It will, like, as much as I'm saying, it's been done to death, we'll still probably end up doing it, I'm not gonna lie. Sonic versus Goku. I've actually talked about this a few times, and I have a few ideas for what I want to do with Sonic Goku. You know what? From Mad Father versus IB, RPG Maker horror game, deathbed. RPG Maker horror games are something I think we definitely need to cover at some point. Like I want this show to encompass more Newgrounds than YouTube stuff, because all of it, like me and Genesis, and a lot of people from like this side of the Versus community a lot of its culture comes from Newgrounds. So I definitely want to embrace the Newgrounds portion of that, and what better way to do that than with an RPG Maker game covered at some point.
And speaking of Newgrounds, that leads me into the next question, which was, okay, if you were to match up any Sonic character from the IDW comics, would you pick? I would do Shadow the Hedgehog versus Pico.
I would do Surge.
That would be.
I think what they're asking is characters that are specific to the IDW comics.
Oh yeah, then Surge versus Pico. That'd be very.
I would like to do
Surge.
I would like to do Surge versus Bass from Mega Man.
Mechagodzilla versus Icon of Sin. We have something Godzilla related in the future.
We do. I will say, really quick question. I love Doom. I love Icon of Sin. I think Mechagodzilla will be fun, but which Mechagodzilla? Because this isn't like a Marvel or DC characters per se that has like movies and stuff where they're still like at least the same character. Because like Mechagodzilla's different types were built by completely different people and fill completely different purposes. So like, would it be like Mechagodzilla 1, or would it be like another one? You had me at Godzilla, funny man.
Classic Mario and Classic Sonic has been done by Death Battle. Sorry, Zuni?
Also, then that's just like the freest Mario win.
Also, speaking of Death Battle, I do not agree that Mario won in that Death Battle.
I actually genuinely think that it's super debatable and super close. I still disagree, but I think that there is genuinely, like, an unholy amount to unpack there. Are there any series that are banned / blacklisted from CC? I wouldn't say that there's a banned series. There's obviously banned things we won't do, like we won't cover a character that would be 18 plus, for example. But I want the chance to give the community as much power as they can to just decide on things. So if you want to request a matchup, go ahead. On the topic of Doom, what matchup would you do for the Doomslayer, Kratos? I think it is so fucking raw.
We have talked about this. I think we've talked about this.
We have, because I gush about Doom, and Kratos is pretty cool. Smash Brothers versus Multiverses. I mean, unless there's a specific Multiverses versus Smash character-wise, I don't think that's something I would particularly
If you're
cover.
talking about the roster versus the other roster, then Smash Brothers wins. Hey, there's
No. I love you, hun.
They have literal gods.
Superman.
They have gods and god-killing. That you could easily fight the fact that Sonic could beat Superman.
I don't think so at all.
Wow.
It is like DC character.
Okay.
Like relatively speaking,
you gotta take the version of the characters from the game.
from just the
So if
games
we're talking about
itself,
Sonic versus-
then I don't think Smash wins in a contest. Smash does win in a contest of powers if you're just covering Smash itself. Like just covering Smash itself in a contest of power, yeah, Smash Bros would win, but Smash Bros. And Multiverses are games that don't particularly have a story, aside from Brawl's Subspace Emissary. So it would be kind of weird or hard to do, where if it wasn't a part of like if we didn't cover their main canons or where they come from.
Wait, hold on. Does Multiverses have a big bad like Smash Brothers has like Master Hand or the World of Light, or does that have anything, or is it just like they?
It does not. Okay,
there.
but who's to say Sonic's eyes being green are secretly made of kryptonite? Ah, yes, secret kryptonite. Rob versus Rain Dog is a Smash
I
versus
sent to you my secret kryptonite eye.
Rob versus Rain. I know. Multiverses has a comic though that we could cover. Rob versus Rain Dog is a Smash versus Multiverses idea that unironically works more than you think about it. I would like to cover Rob. I personally secondary Rob in Smash games ever since Brawl, so I think Rob is funny. That, you know what, that might be the Smash Multiverses idea.
Yeah. But also the fact that even if we're going, Sonic is so insanely overpowered in Smash Brothers just by going off substance. I'm sorry I'm gushing over Sonic. I'm keep going back to Sonic. But he is genuinely one of the most strongest characters in Smash Brothers, just for the fact that he is destroyed with the creator thing in World Subspace Emissary.
It's you talk about Taboo?
Yeah, Taboo.
I-
Taboo defeated everyone into assist trophies, and then Sonic literally came and saved the day and like took out his wings, the literal god's wings.
Nazo versus SMBZ Mecha Sonic. That's a fun one. That's a Newgrounds idea. That's some. I will preference saying that we will also at some point cover like something like a fan Sonic project. We would like I do want to do Nazo versus Silica Doom personally, but that's not a bad suggestion at all. Gameplay wise, Sonic is a fucking beast too. Gonna be for real. He is. He dominates the leaderboard.
I do, and I am a heavy Sonic main in every single Smash Brothers since Brawl.
Sonic was a Deus Ex Machina, I'm not gonna lie. He was. He was, but we're not complaining. Sonic is the strongest character in Smash. Smash Ultimate! Steve has entered the bill. I forgot Steve is physically banned from tournaments.
Oh my god, Steve. Oh, he's a whole
We're gonna...
other...
So
Do we
if...
even count the fact there's Joker boxes and iron and stuff like that? Do we
Yes.
count that?
But
Oh.
when Sonic mains Doom Rise Up, I do main Sonic. Any Power Rangers matchups that you like for the show or in general? I want to do Shadow Kruger versus Wolf. I want to do Shadow Kruger versus Wolf. I want to do Shadow Kruger versus Wolf. That we are doing. We're doing a white. We're doing a White Tigerzord matchup this season.
I think they understood.
I'm sorry, I popped off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just really love Wolf Kruger. Let's hold on. I was reading something else before. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. If the Patreon, I know to bring up the Patreon. We will, depending on how well the Patreon does, we will do Steve versus Terrarian, which is a match listed there for as like goals. Sonic practically being a mugger for GSP is hilarious to me. It is. Any thoughts on making a matchup on any DMC characters? I want to cover Dante, I want to cover Virgil. Early in the stream I talked about wanting to do, I'm wanting to do Virgil Sephiroth, or Virgil Shadow, and doing Dante Bayonetta. Mostly because there has been so much new stuff for all of specifically with Virgil Sephiroth and Dante Bayo. There's so much stuff they didn't cover. There's so much stuff like Death Battle didn't cover, and there's been so much time that has passed that I feel comfortable enough that both characters, with all of their new stuff, could make it a much different episode. than now, than like when they did it. Toph versus Terra from Teen Titans. I like that one. I do like Toph Terra. Thoughts on Archie Eggman versus IDW Shockwave? I feel like, okay, so Archie Eggman IDW Shockwave is a matchup I like, per se, but it's also one that I wouldn't necessarily 100% cover. I don't know if I'm speaking for Genesis here, but I think Archie Eggman has a little less to work with than Canon Eggman when it comes to arsenals, and like I would want to include things like the Metal Virus.
No. And I'm gonna stop you right there, because Archie Eggman has gotten a lot of machines that have straight up overpowered Sonic in every single way.
I'm
like,
saying as in like weapons and materials to do or to use that would be different from Canon Eggman.
No, because you gotta remember, in Archie, Eggman had taken over the world at one point, and the only reason why he didn't stick with taking over the world is because of the games, and they had to write with the games. So if they stuck with doing their own thing, Archie Eggman has ruled over the world at one point, and he has had the world in his palm.
I think at a baseline though, I think I would want to cover Canon Eggman more than I want to cover Archie Eggman. Not saying that there are Archie-specific characters I wouldn't want to cover. Like, obviously, I want to cover specifically Archie Knuckles over, like, Game Knuckles. But, let's see here. While we're on the topic of Steve, it's kind of hilarious, it's hard to come up with a match for him that isn't just the Terrarian. That isn't just the Terrarian, Robloxian, or Jonesy Fortnite. Yeah. Those are kind of his main ideas. Scribblenauts fan that still exists today, but what about Sackboy versus Maxwell? I like that. I feel like that would be an extremely fun thing to do. Sackboy, Little Big Planet, like, I love Little Big Planet. I love it a lot. I love Little Big Planet so much. And I do have a lot of the Scribblenauts games, like, on my tablet, like my old little tablet. Metal Sonic is downplayed. I think Metal Sonic is underused. I don't think he's downplayed. You know what? Hatsune Miku versus Sound.
I think Metal Sonic is overused. That's why he's had, like, a recent downfall, in a way, is because the reason why everyone's saying, oh, Metal Sonic has become, like, kind of a joke in the series now, and he's just become, like someone just to be there to rival Sonic and lose. It's because Metal Sonic was never there to begin with. You had him in CD, and you had him in Knuckles Chaotix, and other than that, you didn't see him until Heroes.
Well, no,
years
because...
later.
Yeah,
So-
no, like, you didn't see him until Heroes, and then after Heroes, there was a long absence where Metal Sonic was literally just an unlockable character inside games. Metal doesn't get utilized a whole lot, and I think the comics actually are now using him, and I think that's... I think that's nice. I think that,
Like I said,
now he's officially...
I was about to get to my point. Like, he's like a jobber at this point, and people keep saying he's a jobber. He always was. It was best put in, like, the words of Ian Flynn, where he said, Metal Sonic is always gonna lose, because you can't... Sonic's always gonna have to
I feel
win.
like that doesn't make him a jobber, because I feel like what a jobber is somebody who never has any wins. Like, not at all. And Metal Sonic has overpowered other characters and does have canonical wins. He does do stuff, and he does scale pretty consistently and evenly with the cast. He loses, but he's not a jobber, if that makes sense. Like, a jobber is somebody like Reptile, who, in Mortal Kombat, shows up and gets completely overpowered. Like, they're hyped up, and then they don't do shit. Like, that's what a jobber is to me. Somebody to get the crowd hyped, but then literally does nothing and spends most of their time getting their ass beat. Metal was on vacation. Agreed. Are there any Eggman matchups we like? I think I pitched this one. I would like to do the Decepticons as a unit against the Eggman Empire. I think I did. I sent that to you, right, hon? Like, I pitched that to you?
Yes, you did. which I thought was cool. I actually wait, no, you didn't. You did not send it to me.
I did. I thought I did.
I doodle.
I doodle. Damn, just like in the movie. They really did jobber my boy Metal Sonic in the movie in the movie thing. I'm finishing. I'm gonna go take a nap. Y'all have a good day. Well, it was nice having you here, Alice. I appreciate you joining. Infinite versus Beerus.
I mean, if Infinite gets crushed by a swamp, what is he gonna do against Beerus?
Just thought of a funny matchup. Homura from Samurai Kagura versus Zoro. The 3 swords guy versus the 6 swords girl. You know what? You might be cooking. You onto something here. Immortal from Invincible is another good jobber example. Shout out to Immortal versus Skips. Yeah, I've seen this one before. Yeah, Immortal is a jobber. I've seen this one before. Basically only asking just because he's my main in Crossworlds, Lamau, but any MUs you like for Omega. I have actually gotten into this a few times because, Genesis over here makes renders for characters, and I want you to make a goddamn Omega render so I have something that matches with Blade Wolf. Love you.
Whoopsies.
Omega Blade Wolf.
Papa, unfortunately you don't like living, so I'm gonna fucking get you. But other than that, yeah.
Hopefully when Infinite fights the Decepticons, he doesn't get crushed under Devastator's boot like he got crushed by a thwomp.
In the great words of King Boo.
I do want to make like the funny like shows up, does something cool for 3 seconds and like gets absolutely shit on joke with Infinite, but I also want to do it to Starscream, preferably at the same time.
Epic doesn't fix the item store. I'm literally going to flip. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't.
Fortnite item shop is being fucky. You know what they say, Genesis? Happy wife, happy life.
I agree.
Yay! When's the Orbot and Qbot matchup? What's you know what? Orbot and Qbot versus fuck. How do I forget their name? I think they're from the
Grounder.
Scratch and Grounder. Yeah. Infinite and Starscream one-shot each other. Yes, that's the idea. That's how they both get jobberdized. I think it's funny because like Sage would like hack into. I feel like Sage would try to hack into them, only for Shockwave to unhack them. Except Starscream, he leaves Starscream still hacked.
He's like, oopsies, forgot to or like he gets off-screened.
Like that would totally like none of the Decepticons like Starscream, and that's something we could definitely play into the fight. Starscream's just around because he refuses to die. What?
Nothing.
Did you say about rubbing alcohol? Or but
I poured rubbing alcohol on the cut live on stream, and now I'm holding back a scream.
Orbot and Qbot versus the Elite Trio. Yes! Okay, that's what exists. Orbot and Qbot versus Wallace and Gromit. Wallace and Gromit is a series I think we also would... I personally would like to cover.
Also, Gromit himself is soloing Orbot and Qbot. I'm sorry.
Gromit, yeah! Oh my... But
like, Gromit would take care of it before even Wallace even knows it's a problem. Like, that's the type of... Gromit is an omniversal being.
I just realized something that could be cool with the Decepticons versus the Eggman Empire is you can legitimately have the Viacons be used as like the little disposable robotic units that the Decepticons often team up with.
Constantine versus Feathers McGaw, Muppets versus Wallacing Comet.
That one actually sounds kind of fun. I really like Wallace and Gromit versus yes.
Gromit versus Snoop. Oh,
wait a minute.
Gromit versus Snoop.
That's kind of
Such
cooking.
A good idea.
That's actually kind of cooking.
Oh, because it's been seen that Gromit knows how to fly, and obviously the Red Baron.
Probably misspelled the
I'm
name.
gonna start writing.
Do you have any plans to make an Undertale matchup? Frisk. I want to do Frisk, Ness.
We all know how that fight ends.
PK Starstorm!
Infinite, this is the power without peer. This is the ultimate strength. We're getting crushed by Soundwave's sets.
Yeah!
Look like oh, rise.
I'm glad we're selling more people on Decepticons, Decepticons Empire.
Yeah.
It would be fun to cover, like, just like because you're the Eggman fan, but for me as the Transformers fan, it would be fun to cover the Decepticons as a unit, which is something I don't see happen a lot. Stream is lagging again.
I don't know why.
Damn it!
It genuinely made me laugh when you said, "Oh, you're the Eggman fan, not the you're the Sonic fan." No, I got the you're the Eggman fan.
You are. Your favorite. Your entire thing is Eggman.
Dude, I love me some Eggman.
It's on your reference sheet.
It is on my reference sheet.
I think this. I don't think. Is the stream lagging, or is it just a little behind?
Let me see.
I think it's just a little behind, from what I've been seeing. But to anybody who's new, hi, welcome. Lobo versus Doomsday. There is a Lobo idea I want to cover. Any matchups for Albert Wesker from Resident Evil? Not too entirely sure. Resident Evil has a matchup that I like. Resident Evil is a series. I want to cover Nemesis. Nemesis is like, I fucking love Nemesis. I made him in Marvel 3. Like, I love Nemesis. As for Wesker himself, I really don't know anything aside from Kazuya, and I don't care for Wesker Kazuya that much. As for Lobo Doomsday, to go back to this, there is a Lobo idea I want to do, and it is Lobo fighting a funny, immortal yellow Italian, whose entire gimmick is when he gets hurt, he attains a power-up. I was gonna bring up if there were any Sage MUs, but I don't want to see the child hurt. Yeah.
I don't think Sage can get hurt. I think she's more like a hologram come to life. I feel like you could just like phase through Sage. I don't think Sage can get physically hurt.
Any Chrono Trigger matchups? I want to do. I want to do Chrono. I want to do Chrono Isaac from Golden Sun. There's also Chrono versus Trunks. That one's a pretty popular one. Honestly, Chrono Trigger is a pretty cool RPG series. I would like to do it. It's, I think the only major issue I'm going to have with doing a Chrono Trigger matchup is because it's an older RPG, they don't really have cutscenes. I'm not sure if Chrono Trigger has, like, any animations or ads to use for the analysis, but it's really about it.
Anyway, Supersonic versus Goku Black would be fun. Yes. I was gonna hit you with a rebuttal with someone else from Fleetway, but I really don't think anyone would be able to rival. I mean, Dark Sonic from Sonic X maybe, but I don't think that's super per se. Yeah, no, I feel like Fleetway would be the best matchup if you were going for a Sonic series character for Goku Black.
Scourge. Like the Archie character.
Is that really Goku Black? Scourge? You know what? That is right. Scourge is very, very good Goku Black rival.
That's,
Doesn't Scourge have the same power of Sonic, other than the fact that when he goes at a super,
it's purple.
he just gets like tired.
Yeah.
Oh, when Scourge is at a super, he just gets really tired.
Yeah, when Scourge reverts to base, he's really tired and loses all of his energy. Unlike Sonic, who gets a burst of energy in the Archie comics after Super is done.
It was a really funny thing to watch too. He was like, "Well, sorry you fake, but yeah, you did it, and I'm kind of better than you.
Hey, you
No.
kind of suck. L ratio.
You kind of suck. You're not good at this.
You
And
are
I don't
awful at
tolerate you."
this. He becomes the purple guy.
Alrighty. Well, we've been on this for about an hour now.
We have been here for almost 2. Any Toho ideas?
Really...
Yes. Case and Fleetway, I think, was one that was brought up earlier in stream. I want to do a Sakuya matchup. I don't know. I know one of my friends and somebody who's a part of the staff is really pushing for Trixie Cherno. Reimu versus Sailor Mars is a matchup I want to do. I want to do a Marissa matchup. There's a lot. I like Toho. Toho is very fun, and I want to cover Toho in some way, shape, or form. I think with that question being answered, what I will say is, I think we're gonna start wrapping this up. So if you have any questions right now, we will answer these last few, and we'll end stream. Is that completely fair, hun?
That's fair.
Yeah,
I think it's totally fair.
We've been here for a while, and I think that now it's about our time. Again, I want to preference by saying thank you all so much for your support, by the way. Episode 1 was a massive success, and, like, I don't know if, like, I just want to say, like, all of you, like, genuinely, like, put a smile on my face. Like, I was, like, I actually teared up. This is, unironically, one of the most popular projects I have ever made, and it makes me happy to see that all of you enjoy this.
It was. And I'm very happy too that I could be part of this and just see something nice.
Robin from Teen Titans versus Rock Lee. I'm not feeling this one, I'm sorry. You have any plans for One Shot? I actually need to play One Shot, but I have heard it's really good. I think I'm gonna do 2 more questions. So if you haven't asked, please ask already. And if you're still watching, or to anybody who's okay. You lot have a favorite death battle episode? I do. My personal favorite episode of all time, I love it, is Mario vs. Sonic 1. It's not the most popular pick, but it is a pick I enjoy.
It is such a very good pick, though.
Anything PlayStation you want to cover? main one I can think of is Astrobot, because the little dude deserves more attention. Astrobot versus Rob is another idea that I've heard and I really like. I want to do Crash versus DK at some point, like I want to do Crash Bandicoot versus Donkey Kong at some point. Spyro is a character I want to cover. Ratchet and Clank I want to cover, but I don't know who we would do for Ratchet and Clank. And this just honestly goes with a lot of PlayStation characters. Like, aside from obviously Kratos, there's not a lot I can think of that, like, other shows, or more specifically Death Battle, haven't already done for ideas. But there are a few PlayStation, like, I have a PS4, so obviously I have my PlayStation stuff. I grew up with an Xbox 360. I have my biases, I have my things. Specifically when it comes to characters. There are, so when it comes to characters I want to cover specifically. When it comes to show stuff though, I will say there are quite a few characters in season 1 that I prefer that are going to lose their episodes. So have fun.
I do want to say this before everything does end. Shameless plug. Go subscribe to our Patreon. This is not cheap by any means necessary, and we are paying this out of our own pockets. Not even me. Val's paying for this out of her own pocket.
I indeed
I will
am.
try and help.
But okay, one last. Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry, hon. I love you.
Oh. And also the casting call. If you want to try and audition for Samus versus Master Chief, or for future episodes.
Oh yeah, I would if you feel confident enough to audition, you 100% can. But let's read these last two questions now. But hear me out. Monster vs. Mechagodzilla versus Age of Extinction Grimlock. Okay, that sounds fun. That one was specifically a me question.
Okay.
Not a question, but I just want to say you two are great and seem like good people. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that is the nicest way we could end this off.
I think you're a good person too. I hope.
I think
if you're a
you are
murderer,
awesome.
then I'm sorry, and then you're not. But from what I can gather, you're not a murderer.
Anyways, I think now is our time to say thank you all so much for watching, and again, I appreciate all of you being here. I appreciate all the support we've got for episode 1, and I just appreciate physically everything all of you have done to contribute to just such an important thing in my life. And just you all genuinely have made my week. You've made my year. So thank you all. Again, I can't preface thank you enough. But I think it's time to go. Any closing words, my love?
Follow the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon. Give us money. 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 If you came from my Twitter, thank you so much.
Goodbye, and I hope to see you all soon.